Okay, here's a few things in Jupyter that would be good to know. First, under Setup, I'm going to go to Graduation Requirements. And basically, some of these things have been maybe partially set up. I'm not sure how in-depth it is. You're going to have to check them. So it says Math, 3 of the following, and those are set up. Performing Arts, 1 of the following. Bible. So some of this has actually been set up, but you're going to have to kind of go and check on it. What this does, if this is set up correctly, as a student takes these classes, it marks it so that when the time comes, when you're looking at them as a junior saying, hey, we better make sure that you've got all the classes you need this year and next year to make sure you graduate, it's a one-click button to go check it and find out. So once all of those things are set up, if you go to Guidance and go to Plan, then let's find a student. I'm just going to pick this first student. And you can see that he's off track for graduation, this particular student. You can see all he's got is Algebra 2 in the 11th grade. It doesn't look like he's got anything else going. So he's way off track. Now, that tells me this is probably has not been set up correctly. So you might need to get with Jupyter and check this out and make sure it gets set up correctly, because this will make your counseling job way easier. One click of the button and go, oh, look at that. You got all these classes? Well, all you need is a math and a history and you're done. And that's a lot simpler than trying to do all this junk by hand. Now, if you want to look at transcripts, what you're going to do is go to Guidance, click on Transcript, and up top, we'll just pick on the same student. So we have this transcript. We'll go, oh, boy, some of this isn't right. I'm just going to click on his transcript, and you can edit this as needed. Maybe there needs to be a number next to world history, or I don't know what might need to be edited on a transcript. Probably not much, but there is the rare occasion where kid X finished something in summer school or something, didn't show up or whatever. So this is where you would be able to edit that transcript, and then of course print it out as needed. You can also click Add Term, and this is really in the case of a summer school or something of that nature. You can add a term and put in all the parameters of that term, so it will also appear on this transcript. Now, for report cards, you just go to Reports, and then you can even get the transcripts there too. GPA eligibility, which is another thing you can set up so that coaches and so forth can look and see if their kids are eligible. But for report cards, we'll click here, and you can then begin to check all the terms that you want, check the student that you want, etc., etc. All right, now another thing you need to know about report cards is how the teacher has set up their class. Now I just went to Staff, I went to Logins, and I'm going to click on Sophia Crowder, and this shows her classes and the different things that she's done. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to go to Setup, and I'm going to choose Grading. Now, you may have to clarify this with Jupyter Grades, but what's going to be really important here is whether this is unweighted or weighted grades. It's going to be very important as to how the final grade for a student comes out in the end. I think this is set up correctly, if I remember right, weighted and weighted average. I'm pretty sure that's correct, but you may need to check again with Jupyter and make sure, because you want to make sure that the things that are checked here do indeed reflect the kid's final grade. The wrong thing checked here, a kid that ought to have an A might end up with an F, or vice versa. So very important for each teacher to get this piece of the puzzle right. And again, that's under Setup, Grading, and it's displaying for, right now it looks like I'm clicked on EASP. That's what it's displaying. Okay? And I can go to this, and now I'm looking at this class. So we need to make sure that all the classes are set up correctly. They may already be. I think Dondra knows how to do that. You may ask her. And the default always is get a hold of Jupyter and they'll respond to you. Okay, a few other things you should probably know is under guidance, you've got referrals, detention. Let's click on referrals, referrals to anyone. Let's click new incident. And you can choose the name of the student ID, choose what they did, who reported it, the period or the time of day. Do you want to send an automatic thing to the parent, the student? Post online or send an alert, or refer to, if you need to refer it. If it's a teacher, they can refer it to the principal, or however in the world you're doing that. But this is a great way to document everything that goes on, so that if little Johnny gets in trouble the first time, they say, oh, it's okay, little Johnny, don't do it again. And then little Johnny does it a second time, they look in here and they go, well, look at that, he's already done this once. So it's very good tracking. Or if little Johnny is it's time for him to be removed from the school, and the parent comes in livid, you've got a really nice record of everything that's gone on in little Johnny's classes from every teacher to support whatever decision has to be made. So this is really, really awesome, and just a fantastic thing that's in this system. Okay, I would also advise you to just go through all these menus, look what's there, see what's available. If you have questions, I think if I remember right, yeah, on any menu. So we're on this menu now. If I click help, I believe that's going to bring up help regarding this particular menu. And and here it is down here in the bottom. Try student's ID, blah, 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 blah. Or you can, there's a couple of videos that pop up down here in the screen if you're in help. Now, if I'm on staff directory and I need help there, it's going to pop up help that has to do with the staff directory. So this is another really good way to get familiar with the program and all of the different things it does.